This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. We'll call for Clerk Sarah Higgins for roll call.
Dixon,
Present.
Hunt,
Here, present.
Austin,
Present.
Hoyt,
Present.
Calhoun, present, Patterson,
Present.
McCoy.
Present.
All is present. We have a quorum. This meeting is open for business. Councilman Austin will lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let me bow our heads. Lord Jesus, I would just like to thank you for allowing everybody to have a safe journey here today. And I thank you for this day that you have made. Lord Jesus, please give us the wisdom to the issues that we have before us today. And I just thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Y'all may be seated.
We will now have our proclamations done by Mayor Austin Piazza.
Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. All right. Whereas this 16th day of April, 2013, I proclaim this day Colonel Harrison Day in the city of Gadsden. Gadsden City High School is blessed to have Colonel Harrison on staff. A military veteran and ROTC teacher, he has impacted the lives of so many students, those in his program and students at large. He is present at all sporting events. He even provides transportation to and from sporting events for some of the sports programs. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Austin Piazza, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, by virtue of the authority vested in me, proclaim this day, April 16, 2013, Colonel Harrison Day in the City of Gadsden. Okay. Whereas this 16th day of April, I proclaim this month the First Responders Month in the City of Gadsden. The City of Gadsden is grateful for the men and women who work tirelessly for all the citizens' well-being during the storms, during the severe weather that threatened our citizens and city last month. It is their experience, love, and care that makes us all feel safe and secure. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Austin Piazza, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, by virtue of authority vested in me, recognize and salute first responders and proclaim this month First Responders Month in the City of Gadsden. And this. Whereas this 16th day of April, I proclaim the month of May Gadsden City High School PTSO Month in the City of Gadsden. The Gadsden City High School PTSO is a vital part of the school's success. It is through this collaboration of parents, teachers, and students that our school grows richly. The support that is given through PTSO is a welcomed asset to the Gadsden City High School family, and we would like to acknowledge their continuous dedication to education. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Austin Piazza, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, by virtue of authority vested in me, recognize and salute Gadsden City High School PTSO and proclaim this month of May Gadsden City High School PTSO Month in the City of Gadsden. Whereas this 16th day of April, I proclaim this day Craig Ford Day in the city of Gadsden. The city of Gadsden is proud to have State Representative Craig Ford in our district. Mr. Ford has been a strong supporter for teachers, students, and support staff. His tireless debates on funding and fairness in education shows his love and passion for Gadsden City Schools. Gadsden City High School is grateful to have an advocate that understands the vital role of education socially, locally, statewide, nationally, and globally. Thanks for being a champion for education. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Austin Piazza, Mayor of the City of Gadsden, by virtue of authority vested in me, proclaim this day Craig Ford Day in the City of Gadsden.
Is there any unfinished business?
There is none.
Right, we will have our ordinances. We will call for Councilwoman McCoy.
City-sponsored internship program. The City of Gadsden and local businesses will partner to create an internship program for 2 Gadsden City High School students. The internship placement and training will begin during the student's junior year and will end upon graduation. This is designed to give students experience and make them more marketable when seeking employment.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Dixon.
I would like to speak in favor of this ordinance. I strongly agree with the ordinance. I think it would give students at Gadsden City High School a chance to just be more hands-on in fields that they want to pursue. They have a great internship as clinicals, being with medical stuff, but I think this would just give them a chance to be, like I said, more hands-on with different things. And even if they don't decide to go into the career, it would just give them a chance to decide on which career they would like to pursue.
Ms. McCoy?
I also agree with Mr. Dixon. I believe this program will expand the career tech and other jobs, and the experience that the students will get out of this will be excellent, so that when they're in college, they will feel comfortable as freshmen in knowing which road they're going to take and be more successful in that matter.
Mr. Austin?
I'm in favor of this ordinance. I believe that it will help to expand expand the students at Gadsden City High School past the health internship program. I believe that we need programs such as this for not only health fields, but for our engineers and our lawyers and our doctors and other careers such as that. And I believe once the students go off to college, they will be able to return back to the city with the job and be able to give back to the city that gave to them. So I'm in favor of this ordinance.
Is there any more discussion? We'll go next to Councilman Austin with our next ordinance.
A tax-free day for seniors. Our valued citizens who are mostly on fixed incomes deserve a day to buy items of need, local sales tax exempt. Our senior citizens are the pillars of our community and well deserving of such a day.
Is there any discussion? Ms. Patterson?
I agree with this ordinance because I think that we should cater to our senior citizens, because Gadsden is mostly made up of our senior citizens. They are our backbone, and for us to give them a tax-free day for stuff that they need, because most of them are on fixed income, and this would be a great day for them to get things that they need.
Ms. Calhoun?
I agree with this ordinance because while many people might say that financially this could be a burden towards the city, the amount that is going to be spent by the senior citizens will come back on the taxes that will be lost.
Ms. McCoy?
I also agree. I do think it'll be affordable, and definitely I think it's needed in the city of Gadsden to recognize our senior citizens.
Any more discussion? We'll move to our next ordinance by Councilwoman Hunt.
Initiative for Female Council Seat. City will encourage female candidates to seek active roles in city government. At least one, if not all of the 7 districts will have a female candidate running for a council seat. Currently, and for many years, the council has been dominated by men. A female on the council will bring a well-needed balance to local government. Also, it may inspire many young females to pursue government-related political office.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Dixon?
I'm in agreement with this ordinance. I think there should be more female representatives in the city of Gadsden. I think that we should encourage more female representatives to run for council seats in the city of Gadsden. I think they already have an opportunity to. I think we just need to help them and encourage them to explore and run for office.
Mr. Austin?
I looked into some research, and in 1992, India passed a quota for 1/3 of all their council seats in their villages to be women. I'm not saying we should go that far, but I'm saying that the quota that was passed had many positive effects on their villages and the nation as a whole. It promoted women to young women to be encouraged to run for such offices, and it also raised the level of respect that women all around the nation got. So I believe that something like this is needed, and it would be effective immediately.
Ms. McCoy?
I agree as well. I think this creates a healthy balance in the council. So I definitely agree that women need to be more involved with the city government, and we need to push for it.
Any further discussion? We have our next ordinance by Mr. Councilman Dixon.
Convention Hall free usage by Gadsden City High School. Being the only high school in the city of Gadsden and often needing a venue that will hold a large crowd, Convention Hall would be provided to Gadsden City High School at no charge yearly for 3 specific events: a homecoming dance, prom, and a senior luncheon.
Is there any discussion? Ms. McCoy?
I agree with this because given the fact that it's the only high school in the city, I think it is necessary that that they're allowed to host those events at Convention Hall. And it's at no cost to Convention Hall, and it can be pre-scheduled to where it doesn't affect them losing money with other schools around the county. And I definitely agree. I think we need to give back to Gadsden City.
Ms. Calhoun?
I agree with this ordinance because a lot of the reasons why we don't have as many high school activities as we used to is because many people say that this place won't benefit from having this many students around, not a large group of students anyways, saying they're not responsible. And having a place like Convention Hall set for us would allow us to have the venue, and it would make us be responsible towards the area to be able to keep that venue for our purposes.
Mr. Dixon?
If we were to let them use City Hall free, it would attract a larger crowd. How would we go about security for certain events?
Mr. Austin?
Well, I believe the principal of the school would provide his own security detail, because I know that he would like to make sure that all the right people are getting into the facility, and no troublemakers would be able to trespass while school event is going
Mr.
on.
President, wait a minute now.
No, sir. No, sir. You can't, sir. This is not an open discussion. Chief of Police, please take him out, please. Chief of Police, please, if you don't mind me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, sir. No, sir. Thank you. No, sir. Order. All right. Is there any further discussion to this ordinance? We'll go to Councilman Patterson. Thank you. Good job.
Noise tolerance strictly enforced. Loud music will be banned in the city immediately. In respects to all citizens, it is necessary to prevent excessive noise from cars, parking lots, homes, etc. that is disruptive and disrespectful to others. A severe penalty will be assessed without warning.
Is there any discussion? Ms. Hunt?
I don't believe that you should totally prevent it. I think that the rules should just be enforced more. You can't stop somebody from having music in their car or in their home because that's their property. As long as it's not to a maximum volume, I don't believe that you shouldn't be able to play it.
Mr. Dixon?
I understand this ordinance, but I'm more in favor of us setting certain hours that a music or any kind of noise can be played to a certain volume. And I think that if we were going to say we were going to ban the total plan of loud music, I think we should just ban the sale of certain speakers in the area, because people are going to buy speakers, and if they purchase speakers that go to a certain volume, I think they should be able to use the equipment that they purchased how they want to. Maybe not at all hours of the night, but we could set certain hours aside.
I have, it's just this ordinance is just a matter of respect, how you look at it. You don't want to, you can buy the equipment, and I mean, most people, they buy the equipment just for the look of the thing, but just out of respect, you don't have to just blow your speakers, because common sense says if you blow your speakers at the maximum of what it can go, you're going to just blow, first of all, you're going to blow your car up, it's going to fall into pieces. So the first thing is that you don't want to kill your car by trying to flaunt yourself because you have those speakers. And then the next thing is that to be respectful, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you were trying to relax at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you wouldn't want, and you set designated hours, and somebody had just gotten off work or something like that, or their kids are trying to take a nap during the day, you don't need somebody, just, it's designated hours. No, this thing needs to be stopped. You need to have enough respect, because you would want the same in that relative respect, but we're going to move on. We're going to have the next ordinance read. Free driver lessons for senior citizens 65 and up. At age 65, all senior citizens must register for driving lessons. This will be a refresher course aimed at refining lost skills such as speed control, lane usage, etc. The driving lessons will be given on day of driving license renewal upon reaching age 65. Any discussion? Ms. Patterson?
I don't personally think that the whole thing should be free. I think there should be somewhat of a fee towards it, because I mean, that's technically going to be very expensive, because Gaston is made up of the senior citizens, and it's a pretty good amount of them. And that would eventually come very expensive, so I don't think it should just be totally free.
Ms. McCoy?
I agree with Ms. Patterson. I think that this program, in some ways, is very needed in the city. But I also agree with her in saying this is going to be a very expensive program, and where's the money going to come from to finance this program if we were to make it free?
Mr. Dixon?
I agree with the direction of this ordinance. I understand that's trying to provide more safety for the roads in Gaston, but like everyone is saying, it will cost money. And not only are we taking money away from the city, but we are also cutting into time that people have. Like, if we were to give somebody driving lessons when they come renew their license, will we set apart another class for when they come renew their license, or would they have to do it as they are in line, like waiting in the DMV? You have to wait your turn, then take your driving test. Would they get the lessons then, or would there already be a class set aside for this?
Ms. Hunt?
I agree with Ms. McCoy. I don't think that it should be totally free. I think that the price should be discounted, And I believe that when they go to renew their license, that they should be able to take the driving class then.
Austin.
Well, the city of Gaston receives a federal grant. It's called the aging grant, and with such a grant, we do receive funds to help offset some of the expenses that we will have with the elderly of our city. So I believe that we can allot a certain amount of the dollars to use towards such a program, because the bulk or majority of accidents that occur on the road happen with teens and our elderly. And so I think we need to go in the direction of helping to retrain them to drive better so that we can have safer roads.
The biggest thing I will ask is that when these senior citizens don't want to get into play of just personal matter, but they are in a mindset to where they have their day planned out. They have certain things they want to do at certain times, and you'll be cutting. And usually, senior citizens like to do most of their things in the morning time, where it's more relaxed, not in the evening time where people are mostly getting out. And most people are now. There's always some kind of stipulation to everything, but most of the time they're like that. So you'll be cutting into professional time, because a professional is the one that's going to have to teach these people in order to get them back into the present state that they need to be in order to be efficient drivers. So then you'll be cutting into the household's money. And so even in that grant, are you going to actually be able to replenish the house and make sure that the house doesn't go lacking, so that we still have people who have a sustained life inside the house, not just having just one group succeeding and then I'm at home struggling because I volunteered my time and I had to cut into my work time so that I can be conducive to these elder people. So that's the only problem I would have with it.
So are you saying that they need? Are you saying that someone will have to take them to these lessons and?
I mean, the time has to be set so that it will not cut into the professional's time of him making his money in his profession and then being also conducive to your citizens. You have to know your citizens. You have to know who they are as a people. That's what leadership is. You have to know your people. So knowing your people, knowing how they are, knowing what time they like to get out, knowing what time they like to be in, and then setting that time so that you won't cut into their profession, into their money, so that life can be efficient for both sides, not just one side. Ms. Calvin.
I agree with you in how you say that most senior citizens like to have their days planned out and done by a certain time. However, I think the way we could fix this issue would be that most senior citizens, as you mentioned, plan stuff out. So I don't know about you, but most of them I've met, they like to call in advance and say, hey, I'm going to be here at this time. And so as long as they schedule an appointment saying they're going to be doing this, like going to get their license renewed, and that they're going to have the driving test, I think that would help cut into the issues we were having with the causing disturbance in the orders that it would, and the amount of time it would take. And that would work for both the senior citizens themselves and for the people who would have to get the test. Because as long as they were able to schedule the senior citizens in advance, they'd be able to like pick certain days where they would be able to have everybody else come in, or just take those days off from regular people.
All right. That is the end of that discussion. And now we'll go to our last ordinance by Ms. Councilwoman Calhoun.
Night of Stars Fireworks Show for Senior Class. City presents a fireworks show over the river in honor of the senior class of Gadsden City High School. Family, friends, and the community may come out to celebrate the completion of our high school years.
Any discussion? Ms. Patterson?
I think this is a good ordinance because it gives some of the students that haven't made it to their senior year yet, some type of motivation because they have something to look forward to. And plus also for the whole graduation thing, they get a certain amount of tickets and everybody can't come. And so with this fireworks show, everybody can come and they will be able to celebrate that way.
Ms. Calhoun?
I agree with this ordinance because when it is financially stable, we will be able to, as long as the high school students donate like $1 or $2, which is very reasonable themselves, or even then, that doesn't have to happen. It can be affordable. And at the same time, like Councilwoman Patterson mentioned, this will give a lot of students who aren't seniors or who have family members or younger hope that they can actually graduate, and that it will give them something to look forward to, saying, hey, this is going to be my fireworks show one day.
Mr. Dixon?
If this is something to celebrate the high school students, well, the high school seniors, why should they have to pay money?
I think that high school students themselves need to learn to be responsible. And yes, it is a celebration for them, but we can't always depend upon everybody to always just toss something out for us forever, or for them forever. And just $1 or $2 themselves, that will help cover any issues. I'm saying if there are any issues with the city at the time that's saying they can't afford this, it is something that would be affordable with or without it, and that would just help and give it even more motivation, saying it's theirs.
Ms. Hunt?
I disagree with Ms. Calhoun. I don't believe that the students should have to put out $1 or $2 if it's a fireworks show presented by the city for the celebration of the graduates.
Mr. Austin?
There are only roughly 350 graduating, 350 in the senior class. If we put out $1 or $2, that would surely not cover a $1,000 fireworks show. So, how else would you plan to fund this? Because there's obviously going to be a shortage of money.
On the expense issue, I think it would be a lot easier to ask for local businesses to easily sponsor this event. Therefore, the graduates from the senior class do not have to worry about any costs, as it's already expensive day for them to graduate as it is, and year rather. I think that would be the best option with that. And I also agree with the ordinance and the fact that it recognizes the only seniors of the Gadsden area in the city. So I definitely agree.
The biggest thing I saw that what Ms. Calhoun was trying to say was that it's better to be safe than sorry. We know that roughly 350 students are not going to just completely just charge a whole event, and we understand that. But just to have that safety net, because also Ms. McCoy said we could have businesses that also come and represent with how much ever they would help us out, help this event out with. So, but just to have something undergird the situation, just to have a safety net to know that, hey, if we didn't get that full support from that business, what we have a little something saved back. That's just like economics. We have something saved back. So hey, we have the resources in order to make this event what it should be. But on a side note, this is a celebration for the youth. This is a great way, because I don't know about anybody else, but when you see the fireworks on 4th of July, or the fireworks on the mountain, or whatever the situation comes, you're looking at that those fireworks. You're like, I know what that's about. It's the Independence Day or whatever. But this is also gives a motivation to students, to especially for those family members who have younger kids, and they're looking up at that sky and they're saying those fireworks are for my brother, and they could be for me as a senior once I finally achieve that goal. So I am for this ordinance to say that this is something to motivate and to rejuvenate the youth, to say that I want to push toward that goal to graduate, so that I know that this celebration is for me. This celebration is to encourage me that I can be something and I have achieved something. Mr. Austin, and then we'll finish.
And as Ms. Patterson was saying earlier, not everybody's relatives and family and loved ones are able to come to the graduation ceremony that night. And I believe that, you know, maybe how on the 4th of July, how they have how the certain radio station has the music tuned to the fireworks show. I believe that it would be a great idea to have the names of all the graduating seniors tuned to the fireworks show, just as another way to represent them and honor them on this night. So.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and consider this ordinance today at the first reading.
I second that motion.
I'd like to make, clerk, would you put this to a vote?
All those in favor to consider ordinance today? Dixon?
Aye.
Hunt? Aye. Austin?
Aye.
Hoyt?
Aye.
Calhoun? Aye. Patterson?
Aye.
McCoy?
Aye.
Move to adopt?
I second that.
Then all those in favor to adopt this ordinance? Dixon?
Aye.
Hunt? Aye. Austin?
Aye.
Hoyt?
Aye.
Calhoun? Aye. Patterson?
Aye.
McCoy?
Aye.
Okay. It carries to adopt.
Any new business?
Yes.
Departmental reports. All right, we'll have our remarks by the mayor and the council. Mayor Piazza.
Thank you. Well, I'd just like to begin by thanking the entire actual council for helping us out. Mr. Falcon from the Y for sponsoring us, Miss Ivy for coming to the school, helping us out, getting this ready, and just everybody for being here. And I'd just like to thank especially Mayor Sherman Guyton for showing me around today, showing me what his day consists of. And I'd just like to say thank you for everybody involved. And that's all I've got to say.
Please.
I'd like to thank
Oh.
all the council members.
Especially Miss Katie. My bad.
I'd like to thank all the council members, Robert Avery, Billy, and last name. I'd like to thank our principal, Keith Blackwell. I'd like to say congratulations to Colonel Harrison. Thank the YMCA for sponsoring this event, Miss Ivy Nelson for coming to help us and guide us. And I would like to send special thanks to Miss Katie.
Ms. Hunt?
I would like to thank the YMCA for sponsoring this, Mr. Blackwell for allowing us to participate. I would like to congratulate Colonel Harrison and thank Miss Katie for helping us put this together.
Mr. Austin?
I'd like to thank the YMCA. This day does mean a lot to everyone who is participating in it, and I know we all are grateful for it. I'd like to thank the council members for showing us what they do and just being so open with us on their day-to-day job. And I'd like to thank Ms. Hardrick for preparing us for this day.
Ms. Calhoun?
I would like to thank Ms. Hardrick for letting us participate in this event. And I would also like to thank the principal, Mr. Blackwell, for allowing our school to participate also. And the councilmen, I really appreciate what they did for us today, allowing us to come in, especially Councilman Avery, because, I mean, he was able to make us all calm down and relax this morning. And that's saying something. And I just want to say it's been really great to be here.
Ms. Patterson?
I just want to thank everybody who allowed us to do this. Mr. Blackwell, congratulations, Colonel Harrison. Thank you, Miss Katie. And it was a real nice experience. It allowed us to attempt to fill the shoes of the official people. Made us feel real important. Thank you.
Ms. McCoy?
I also want to thank the YMCA for supporting this event, and also thank Mr. Blackwell for giving us this opportunity, and Mrs. Katie Hardrick for giving us this opportunity to come here and do this. And of course, thank the council and the mayor for allowing us to experience everything that you guys do on a daily basis.
Ms. Higgins?
I'd like to thank the Y for putting this together. This is a great opportunity that we're honored to have. And I'd like to thank Mr. Blackwell for letting us come out here today, and thank Ms. Katie Hardrick for giving this to us.
All right. First of all, I'd like to thank the council for letting us fill their shoes just for a couple of moments. I know it was a little bit rough for all of us, and I thank them just for even letting me be their president, because I know it wasn't hard. Sometimes I know I can get a little big-headed, but I thank them just for being with me. I thank Ms. Katie Hardrick for allowing me to be a part of this. Thank her for putting it on me to let me be in this caliber. I don't take anything it doesn't matter what I do. I take nothing lightly that I do. I take everything to heart. I try to do the best at what I do, and I thank Councilman Avery just for helping me out. Also, Councilman Bill Harris. Thank him for helping me out a little bit before I came, and I thank God for all. Thank for the broadcasting crew for being here. Thank God for the newspapers taking pictures for me. Thank you. I just thank everybody. And we've learned a lot of different things, a lot of big things. But we want to just in reference to everybody, we just want to express how much knowledge we've learned, how much in depth we've gotten into it, and how much we want to dial in to our community, how much we want to dial in to our nation, how much we want to just get involved and be a part, because we are the future of this community, this nation, this world, and we have to band together. We have to be strong, and so the biggest thing is that we all stand together. We do our best job to make everything what it's supposed to be, and I'm done. This meeting is now adjourned. Thanks on three, 1, 2, 3, start it! Where the gavel at, bro?
Where the gavel?
I want to really congratulate all of you, how well prepared that you were today to conduct your council meeting. Your pieces of legislation that you drafted were very well thought out. Some great ideas. If you will make sure that I get a copy of everything that you presented, okay, Mr. Avery has a copy, we'll make sure that all of our city council members have an opportunity to review the things that you presented today. And I want to thank every student for participating in the program. We enjoy having you here so much. And I'm especially grateful to all of our department heads who hosted a student, even some outside agencies that are a part of the city but not technically City of Gadsden, stepped up, and they're willing to share what they do as well with some of our students today. So I just want to thank all of you for your participation, your time, and the effort that you put into this. And I always enjoy this day so much, and I enjoyed especially you guys today who were so very well prepared. Before we leave, if every student will see me down here at the front, the Gadsden City Council has a bag and some items inside there, and they like to provide some mementos to you, something to remember your day by. So thank you again for coming today and for everyone who participated to make this day possible. Thank you. I'm sorry.
I just wanted a chance to speak in the microphone, but also, I sat up here and looked the whole time. I want to thank all the teachers, Miss Katie, Miss Hardrick, I'm sorry, everybody who participated, even though you're like me. I want to thank all y'all back here for supporting us, make this whole thing possible, because in my old school, I never had a chance to do anything like this. I want to thank y'all. He got to move.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief, for the job you did.
Yes. Strong policeman.